Okay, this is HitmanVonDoom, and I decided to do a top 10 of my comic book collection. And since it's a top 10, I figure, why not make an on-camera appearance? My first one, but why not? And to help me, of course I have the Power Glove, mainly because, why? Well, I'm a badass, so why not? So anyway, I don't know how long this is gonna be, so I have some milk, some good delicious milk with my Superman cup that I got for Christmas. Thank you, Mom or my sister. I don't know which one got it, but I think it was my mother. Thank you very much. Ah, love chocolate milk. Anyway, before I get started, I just want to give some honorable mentions. And honorable mention number one is X-Men Legacy number X-Men Legacy number 237, which is what is it? It's a Second Coming storyline, and the reason I honorably mention this is because this is actually what got me back into reading current comics. I mean, without this, I would not have been going to the comic book store that I visit like about once every 2 weeks, like twice a month at least. You know, I would not be resonating. This was such a good storyline that it got me back. And my favorite part to this issue, of course, well, I mean, so much happens in this issue because, you know, they go back, X-Force goes back in time, shuts down the machine, Nimrod from coming back into the future to destroy Utopia. But my personal favorite part, which, anyway, here's an awesome splash page of this. But this is just an honorable mention, so I'm kind of cheating a little, I guess. But, anyway, my personal favorite part, where is it? Magneto ripping the iron cores from Utopia to, you know, to kill some of the Nimrods. My personal favorite part. And the second honorable mention, because it is a hard choice, is the Judas Contract. Teen Titans Annual number 3. The New Teen Titans, or Tells the New Teen Titans, whatever. This was a good storyline too, but this is an honorable mention because it was such a good thing, and not only that too, but like I said, it was really hard to choose, and I have mostly Marvel comics on here, mainly because I'm more of a Marvel fan. But yeah, so let's get on the way. Excuse me, I'm gonna get some more milk. And that's why it makes me so badass, drinking milk out of a Superman cup and having a Power Glove. I don't know what's more badass than that. But anyway, let's get started. My first one is the Infinity Gauntlet number 5. And I cannot begin to tell you how much I love this issue so much. And the reason, just look at the cover. And I love the cover of this. It's like one of my favorite covers of all time. Because look, you got Galactus, you got all the cosmic beings, Galactus, in between her, Lord Chaos, Master Order, you have Eternity, the most powerful beings in the Marvel Universe. And then here you got, right there, oh, wait a minute, little Thanos right there, you know, and marching up to them like nothing, you know. This is actually what got me to Thanos being one of my favorite villains, slash anti-hero. Just look at it, man. You got little Thanos against all these cosmic beings. He had the Infinity Gauntlet, but Infinity Gauntlet or no Infinity Gauntlet, that's still such a daunting task. And he just look at just the perspective between these cosmic beings, the most powerful beings in the universe, and Thanos. And he's just marching right up to them, taking a fight to them with like no fear. And I just love this cover, and it's a really good issue too. And yeah, this is my number 10. Now, time to go on to number 9. Iron Man number 200. Now here, there's a lot of things that happen in this, but you pretty much had to read back all the way into even before 200, like maybe 50 issues or so, because it was pretty much him, rest of the Ironmonger. And if you want, the Ironmonger is a Dire Stain, and there's so much that goes into it. They were building the storyline for so long. A Dire Stain, you know, helps, you know, Tony Stark relapse into alcoholism, and then he takes over his company. And, you know, he's just watching Tony Stark destroy himself, enjoying it. Tony Stark actually recovers from this, starts his own, joins a startup electric circuits company, Circuits Maximus, a dire stain, you know, he tries so many times to sabotage it, and then he ends up blowing it up and killing one of his employees, and then that was like the final breaking point for Tony Stark, because he was hesitant to get back into to Iron Man armor because of he was afraid it would go to alcoholism, and it's just such a good issue because that was like the breaking point for Tony Stark. Instead of going back to alcoholism, he just rolls up his sleeves like, okay, that's it, and he goes and takes the fight right to dire stain, and it's just such a good payoff. And in addition to this, you get the whole thing. You get his first appearance in this new armor he designed here, which is pretty kick-ass. And listen, just want to show a really good. Let's just show an epic page to this too. I mean, let's just show an epic page to this. Let's see, where's an epic page that I can show? There's Ironmonger, right there. Sorry, you might not be able to see it too well, but let's see, what else is there? Come on. Here's this, you get a few shot of his new armor, where he's just like, enough's enough, time to take out the trash. And one more final page. Where is it? Come on. And here's how it ends. A dire stain kills himself. So badass. I'm telling you, this is a good issue. Anyone should get that one if you're an Iron Man fan. My next one is X-Men Omega. Now what's important to this? And you can see the cover. The cover is very, very shiny. Very, very shiny. And anyway, the importance of this is the ending of the Age of Apocalypse. Well, quotation marks. The ending to, it was supposed to be the ending. And it's such a good issue. So many things happen. I mean, Colossus gets driven to insanity and ends up killing his wife, Kitty Pryde, by pretty much crushing her to death. He runs over her. And then my personal favorite part. Magneto magnetically rips in half Apocalypse. He rips him in half. I mean, what a way to go. I mean, if Magneto, that is pretty much next to him ripping Wolverine's adamantium skeleton. That is such badassery. I mean, I just can't say enough about this issue. A lot of things happen. I mean, I would recommend this if you want to see the ending. And let me just show you. And this is also a back cover, by the way, too. It's supposed to be one of those fold-out ones. See, there's Rogue, and we all know Rogue's married to the Age of Apocalypse version of him. But here we go. Here he is. This is him beginning to rip Magneto in half, Apocalypse in half. A little closer, and this is the actual act, right there. He rips right there, ripping him in half, and there's Apocalypse groaning in pain. I mean, I cannot tell you how much I love this issue. I mean, Magneto is one of my favorite X-Men, him and Rogue. Anyway, and I mean, it's just, oh my god, that is like the most epic thing in a comic book, ripping Apocalypse in half. I mean, if that's not epic, I don't know what is. Yep, this is what? What is this? Let's see. I've lost count already. It's bad. 1, 2, 8. This is only 7. Man, this is dragging. Is it 7? Let me check. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that was 7. And I'm gonna get some more milk. Ah, I love milk. Yep, but anyway, let's get on with it. Second one, my number 6. Batman 427. The whole Death in the Family story arc. And to be honest, Jason Todd had it coming. He was kind of a twerp. You can say the same thing about Damian Wayne, but Damian Wayne actually has skill. He can actually kick ass. You know, this guy, he was mostly all talk, and he kind of deserved what was coming to him. Although I don't wish this on anyone, but yeah. But this is that infamous one where he gets beat. This is that infamous issue where the Joker beats the living daylights out of him with a crowbar. He beats him with a crowbar, and then he sets him and his mom up, the Joker, and he ends up exploding him. I cannot believe, and I'm saying this with a grin on my face. I don't know why. But yeah, it is a good issue. This is where the actual deed of killing Jason Todd takes place. The next one, you find out whether he lived or died, I believe. Now, let me just show you a really good panel. Here we go. This is Jason Todd's beatdown. Right there. Here you go. It's Joker kicking it, him to the kingdom come. And here you go. The beating of the crowbar right there. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm saying this with a gigantic smirk on my face too. Okay, what does that say to me? Look at him, he's just wailing on him with a crowbar. Oh man. Yep, that's an epic page. Infamous, but God, I gotta stop smirking when I say that. It just makes me look like a bad person. But anyway, yeah, that's number 6. Number 5, Incredible Hulk 102. Now, I just barely got this, like, recently. Oh, look, you can see the reflection of the computer. Or is that the computer? Well, anyway, 102. And I have this because it's a pretty good issue. You got a good adventure of him and the Arch Guardians. I love the cover. It's the premiere issue. It's in good shape, and it gave me a different origin of the Hulk that I never knew. I never knew his origin was that different back in the day. Like I said, I was used to the show that he did it to himself with the gamma radiation, but it wasn't. It was kind of a semi-accident / someone had it in for him. And yeah, Incredible Hulk 102, right here. I just barely got this, but it's on the list as number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's number 5. Man, I can't believe I'm losing track of this. But yep, number 5, Incredible Hulk. Number 4, Crisis on Infinite Earths, number 8. Oh, wait a minute. Come on, this way. There we go. Number 8. Dang it. Number 8. And this is the final fate of the Flash, or the death of Barry Allen. And it's, telling you, it is such a good issue. The way he dies, I mean, if you got to read a few issues back, at the beginning, it was like, at the beginning, he needed to do something really amazing. And then you're like, what the hell's happening with the Flash? And then in this issue, it all comes back. It's so awesome, and the way he goes, I mean, it's, man, it is an incredible book. The whole Crisis on Infinite Earth series was just amazing. This is back when Crisis actually meant something. Because then you have Infinity Crisis, Identity Crisis. Final Crisis is actually pretty decent. I don't have the book or anything. I read some of the synopsis online. It sounds pretty good. I should get that soon. But yep, Crisis on Infinite Earth. Oh no, my butterfingers. Number 8. Yep, here we go. Time to get some more milk. I love milk. Anyway, number 4, Secret Wars, number 10, Doom, my favorite villain of all time, against the Beyonder to the death. Now this is a very good issue. So the whole Secret Wars was pretty decent, but this one, I mean, because the Beyonder is pretty much like him versus God, or someone with the power of God. Look at him. I mean, this is kind of pretty much, he gets his ass handed to him. And what he does in this issue, too, I mean, he usurps Galactus' power. He takes the power from Galactus. He takes his power, and that still wasn't enough to sufficiently beat down the Beyonder. Or, which is essentially God. Or almost essentially God. Because then later on, he's part of a cosmic cube and a molecule man, and I don't want to really get into that, but yeah, I mean, this is such a good issue, and he actually succeeds temporarily. He temporarily wins because he ends up doing himself in towards the end of Secret Wars. But he actually succeeds in doing this. I mean, this is Doom. This is what really got me really liking his character, Dr. Doom. I mean, so much badassery that it takes to do that. Yep, Secret Wars number 10. Pick it up, people. This is a good one. I burped again. Yeah, I apologize for that. Anyway, number 3. This is the graphic novel. Triumphant Torment. Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom. It's called Triumphant Torment, and this is, people say that Secret Wars #10 is the best Doom story ever written. I disagree. This is the best Doctor Doom story ever written. It's called Triumphant Torment. I don't know if I think it only came out in graphic novel form. This was back in the day when Marvel was actually doing graphic novels. They were doing original pieces of work, not just, getting 10 issues of X-Men Legacy and then putting them into a trade paperback. This is such a good issue. And you remember how I said the Secret War, and you remember how I said this one was pretty much essentially him versus God? To be honest, this is pretty much him versus the devil, or, Mephisto. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it Mephisto, something like that. This is pretty much, Mephisto is pretty much essentially the devil, and this is pretty much Doom with the help of Doctor Strange fighting the devil, Mephisto, and he fights him in his realm. And you ask why he's fighting him? He's fighting him because he wants to rescue his mom's soul from hell, or hell dimension, whatever. And it's such a good story. You get a good you get a good origin, retelling of the origin of Doctor Doom and Doctor Strange. And it begins with that there's a contest to crown the Sorcerer Supreme, and whoever comes in second place gets a wish. Doctor Strange wins, Doom comes in second, and his wish is to have Doctor Strange assist him in rescuing his mom's soul for hell. And it's such a good issue. It's such a good book because not only does Doctor Doom win, it's the way he wins. It's the way he wins, and it's a permanent victory. He pretty much outsmarts Mephisto. He outthinks him. He outwits him. He outsmarts the devil, Doctor Doom, in his own dimension, his own realm. It's just unbelievable. And let me see if I can show some cool, photos from this. Here we go. Here's a good picture of him right here. This is Mom. Let me just, maybe I might do this. Maybe show this off. There's Mephisto, Doctor Strange, him kneeling before his mother, who turned into a statue because she refused to go with him because she thought he sold Doctor Strange out. But in turn, he was actually, what's the right word? And it's the way, like I said, the way it went. If he rescued his ways by selling Doctor Strange out the way his mother thought, if he sold it out, she would have went back to hell eventually. But he managed to, not only he thought of a way to have his mom redeem herself by refusing to go with her son to rescue, so she wouldn't end back in hell, so she could be redeemed and go to, I guess, heaven. It's just, this is the best, in my opinion, the best Doctor Doom story ever written. Enough said. And number 2, Amazing Spider-Man 300. First appearance of Venom. Now, I was a huge Venom fanboy growing up. Still am, although I don't like the current Venom. It's just not the same without Eddie Brock. And yeah, this is Amazing Spider-Man 300, and I was so happy when I saw this. I got this for such a cheap price, and Amazing Spider-Man 252 came with it as well. So I was so happy when I got this, and it's a good issue. Todd McFarlane art is just, what can you say? It's amazing. Todd McFarlane art it's so amazing what he does with Venom. Maybe I should take this out because I'm getting some of the reflection. Yeah, I'm gonna take it out a little bit. Yeah, don't worry, it's a poly bag. It's less shiny. I have it in 2 things, but yeah, in the way Spider-Man wins, it's like, he gets creeped out, but Mary Jane gets creeped out, he gets back to his original suit, and the way he wins, he outwits and outthinks his enemy. He knows that Eddie Brock, the Venom, is running out of organic webbing. He knows this, and what happens is the Venom symbiote, he ends up running out of webs, and boom, falling down, and that was it, and he takes him to the Fantastic Four. Yep, it's a good, solid issue, and it's such a keystone issue. It's, Venom. It sets the stage for so many things, and he makes numerous appearances from here on out. Now, for my number 1. But before I do that, I shall drink some more milk. Oh, God. I don't know. Like I said, folks, I'm a badass. Not because I have the power glove, even though it's bad. And not because I have this mug, or because I break the law, but I am a badass. But, number 1, what could it be? It is Amazing Spider-Man 121, or as we refer to this, the death of Gwen Stacy, or the night Gwen Stacy died. Turning point. This is a great issue. I remember when I started collecting Spider-Man comic books, and I should make a video saying how I got into Spider-Man comic books, because the reason I got into it was it started out with the video game that came out in 2000. And I remember they had like galleries on there, and I remember I saw this issue, I saw a few other issues that I thought it was amazing, and I might make a video saying how I got into comics, explaining everything. But anyway, I remember when I first started, I did my research, I looked on on the internet, which was the slow dial-up internet at the time, and I looked, and I remember reading about this on the internet, the Death of Gwen Stacy. I just remember saying to myself, I want this one. I want this issue so bad. This is the one issue that I want of Spider-Man that, it took me a little bit to go. It took me until I was until I had like a job, part-time job, which I do. It took me a little, which in high school, and, now I'm in college, and, oh, God, this semester 19, I'm getting off the subject here, but yeah, Amazing Spider-Man 121. It's such a good issue. I was so happy when I got this. I mean, it's in pretty decent shape too, as you can tell. Let me just move this along. I don't really want to. I would take this out, but I worked so hard to get this. Well, I might take it out just to show a little bit of it, but oh my God! I mean, it was worth every penny. Which wasn't. I didn't spend a ton of it either, but. Well, I got this for a pretty good deal too. But yeah, I mean, Graphic Quest Stacy, what more can you say? I mean, he comes back from fighting the Hulk in Canada, and he was sick. And it's like you get these what if he wasn't sick? Would he have been able to stop the Green Goblin? What if, Gwen Stacy hit the thing? What if he caught her differently? Was she dead before she hit the water? Was he dead before he hit, was she dead before she hit the water? Was Spider-Man accidentally killed her when he webbed her leg and she snapped her neck accidentally? You don't know. And it's just those what ifs that are just amazing. I mean, oh man, it's just such a good issue. I mean, and this is such a monumental issue, because this is like one of the first times that a superhero monumentally fails. I think this ushered in a different age for comic books. It was like, never before had a superhero failed so miserably, like Spider-Man did. And this is started the whole myth of the Spider-Man, because this made, he was the most human of them all. And that's my number one. And I'm going to see if I can show you. Oh, limey. Bloody hell. Let's see if I can show a little bit of it. Why I love this issue so much. Come on, Death of Gwen Stacy. And here's the actual death right here. Look at this awesome page. You killed the woman I love. I'll get you. And let me show the actual act where we don't know if it was him that killed her. Here's the classic. She falls off the bridge, right there, and the classic webbing. That's the actual act where she may or may not have died. That's my number one. And anyway, this has been my top 10 issues, and I might not be uploading as much because I'm going back to school again. The next week. Not looking forward to it. So I thought I'd do a top 10, and I'll try to do another comic book issue, which I should have enough to do on maybe next week or so. But other than that, it's a wild card after this. But yeah, this has been HitmanVonDoom. That was my top 10. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna get another drink of milk before I end this. Thanks for watching, people. And I do watch other comic book videos too. And I might be subscribing to you soon. So this is HitmanVonDoom. Thanks for watching, everybody.